Dr. Death Season 2 Episode 3 starts with footage of the documentary airing. The production team gathers to watch it and toast to Paulo after it finishes. He pays tribute to Hannah and says the whole thing was a leap of faith. He also takes this opportunity to announce Benita as his wife-to-be. Her co-workers and friends are shocked, and it causes an argument with her friend about having to find out in this way. And she reminds her that she has crossed a line, as Paulo is supposed to be her subject. Benita also argues with Paulo, telling him it wasn't the agreement to announce the engagement like that. He apologizes and asks her to take a trip with him to meet his mother in Italy. Benita says she'll think about it. Stockholm 2012, Paulo wants to know what's happening with the trials, as any mistakes could slow down their progress. Anna tries talking Anders into not making his rat research results public. All the rats that received the plastic trachea died, and suggests he might be at fault for the rodent's demise. Italy 2014, Benita and Paulo arrive in Italy. She meets his mother, and they have a meal together and appear to be getting along very well. Back to Stockholm 2012, Paulo meets with a patient who has terminal throat cancer and has a 14-hour surgery ahead of them. We also meet another person who took a chance on Paolo Macchiarini's miracle work, Christopher Lyles. He goes in for surgery, and Nate bonds with Chris, who is a fellow American. Chris has terminal throat cancer, and this surgery is his last hope. During their trip to Italy, a man angrily confronts Paulo while he's walking the streets with Benita. She asks if the man is part of the mafia, but Paulo shrugs off the incident. At the end of the Italy trip, Paulo suggests moving to Barcelona with Benita, but she seems unsure. Back in New York, Benita agrees to move to Barcelona with Paulo, to start a life there with him and leave her job behind, insisting she'll find new work. She says a family is all that matters. Paulo reveals he knows Pope Francis, and he will officiate their marriage. Stockholm 2012, Chris Lyles has died. Nate insists he was doing fine, but Anna reminds him he had 6 months to live. Anna insists his passing had nothing to do with Paulo's magical windpipe. Benita's friends tell her the Pope isn't going to be in Italy on the day of their wedding, as his published schedule conflicts with it. The episode ends with Benita questioning everything she thought she knew about Paulo and begins a deep dive into him, asking a private investigator to do some digging into Paulo's life. The episode review. Paulo's charismatic personality is starting to dwindle as the real man behind the so-called magic is revealed. Mandy Moore plays Benita with just enough naivety to make you believe she could fall for his stories, but the casting of Edgar Ramirez is so spot on, it's totally believable that she would fall for his charms. This episode really heats up with Benita looking into his past. The timelines being mixed together is still quite off-putting, but there's good stuff in both sections to make it watchable.